All right, here we go. Welcome to BaseVybez. We have pillow talk tonight, so this is going to be very informal. It's not going to be the same type of conversations we normally have, but we're going to have a good time. Okay?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, so BaseVybez is all about speaking your mind unapologetically, being yourself, and getting those questions answered that you just can't get answered by anyone else. I am
Facts.
Wendy Shenarigan.
And I am T. Shenarigan.
And again, it's pillow talk. It's late, and you can see it in his eyes, but we're going to get this party started. So I tried to share with him what I wanted to talk about, but he acts like there's nothing wrong with women, such as myself, approaching mid-40s and going through the premenopausal stage. And
whoa.
I tried to talk to him about it, but he didn't think I was really going to talk about it tonight. But we're going to talk about it tonight. And I know how it feels from a woman perspective, but I want to hear from you because I honestly really don't know.
From me?
How are you feeling? Have I changed any?
I think my response to you was...
unapologetically true. Speak your truth.
I think my response to you was... just ignore you. That was my response. And when you're going through your moods and when you're going through things, just ignore it. That's it.
But that wasn't a question. Have you noticed a change?
There's always a change.
Like?
Whether you're, approaching mid-40s or whether you're approaching mid-20s, we go through changes. That's...
Nope. Have you noticed a change in me lately?
Yes, there has been a transition change in you lately, which is a great change, One of the changes is the fact that you are putting yourself more, first before a lot of things, That is really good because, I truly believe that in order for you to help somebody else, you truly have to be in the capacity and in the right, mindset to help someone. So putting yourself first is a good thing. It gives you the ability to, reflect. It gives you the ability to understand you. It gives you the ability to be able to receive. And most importantly, it gives you the ability to have an open-hearted mind to be able to give and invite others to come in and help them in a way that you can and have been. So
you sound scripted. So how have I been putting myself first? Just curious, what have you noticed specifically?
So specifically, the ways that you've been putting yourself first lately. No, honestly, it's simple. There's some things that you're actually doing that you're not letting things bother you. One of the things that before you used to literally just, go from 0 to 1,000% when someone said or do anything that doesn't align with your spirit. But lately, you've just been like, you know what? It's beyond my control. I can only do what I can control. So if it's not within my control, I'm not, stressing about it. That's part of putting yourself first.
That's the serenity prayer. I think as you get older, you just get tired of worrying, get tired of stressing, get tired of arguing. You're just like, you know what? Forget it. And then you realize life is too short because you hear about so many people passing away or, so many different things. You just kind of get to the point where you're like...
I think there's a difference in you saying just forget it and you truly understanding that, you know what? There's no point of me, investing so much energy and effort into something that's beyond my control. Forgetting is just like, even within your control, you can still say, forget it. I'm just not doing it. Mm-hmm. But there's a difference when you truly understand that, you know what, it is just outside of my element or it is outside of what I can physically do. Yeah. So therefore, I'm not even going to put the time and energy or even stress about it. So not so much of forgetting it. I don't think you're saying forgetting it. There are some times you just said bump it. But, majority of the time, you are truly evaluating the situation that you surround yourself with and truly understanding that, you know what, I can change this.
Yeah.
And when you can change this, then you put your full effort into it. So That's what I meant by you are changing and transitioning in a way that's really good because it's allowing you to also understand yourself.
Is getting, from a man's perspective, older women, do you feel like they're beautiful, or do you feel like the youthfulness, you miss the youthfulness part? Body changes, facial changes, things, they don't sit up the way they used to. So
Well,
what do you women normally in this phase, we see, it used to be just little subtle changes, but now you kind of see the dramatic changes, and it can affect self-esteem. It can affect how we walk and talk and breathe and our confidence. Although we know we're perfectly made by God, it still impacts us. And I often wonder, like, oh man, am I still attractive to him? Or I wonder, ooh, am I attracted to myself? So does it matter to men?
of course it matters to men.
Oh.
But
Oh.
it matters to men, but not in the sense that you're thinking. Because as you know me, my first question is going to be, well, define beautiful. There's nowhere in the dictionary that says beautiful is youthful, right?
Okay.
So you can't really say,
Okay.
as you age or as it is, the beauty, kind of fades away. It doesn't happen like that. Beauty is still there. It's always going to be there. As you age, there's more beauty because you are finding, things out on a constant basis that can easily be attracted to, just like you're transitioning now. There is beauty in the way that you're transitioning and just saying bump it at times rather than you just, putting your full devotion into something that you can't control. There's beauty in that. Like, okay, she's finally getting it. She's doing her own thing. There's a beauty in that. There's a beauty in the way that you carry yourself now compared to the way you carry yourself 10, 15 years ago. So you can't just say beauty is, surrounded by just the physical aspect of things. Beauty is in everything, in the way you talk, the way you look, the way you walk, the way you think, the way you smile. Beauty is involved in a lot of different things. So,
but from an appearance perspective, I love what you just said, because it actually was eye-opening for me. From an appearance standpoint.
From a parent standpoint, absolutely. Again, this goes back to our very first episode when we talked about equally yoked. Beauty doesn't just fade away just because you age. Beauty doesn't just fade away because your body changes. Heck, my body changed. When I was younger, it took me 2 days for my, if I get a cut, for it to heal. Now it's taking like 5 months.
That's like a healing.
It's not just the woman part.
Yeah.
The men goes through physical
That's
changes
true.
and things like that. I was able to do, 100 push-ups and 100 pull-ups. Shoot, I'm struggling to do 5 with KK now. Things happen. Does that mean that I am not attracted to you? Maybe, maybe not. But I don't know what you're thinking. I'm speaking.
Oh, you
my
talking about me
truth.
to you?
Yeah.
Oh
Me
no,
to you.
baby, you always gonna be
So again,
handsome,
beauty
attractive.
is, man, still with it. Beauty, is defined, and let me just say this, now society has put a stipulation on what beauty should be, or what we should look like. Your body should always look like this, which drives a lot of people into the cosmetic, surgery and things like that. Listen, if you find the right one, I don't care what you do. What I've always said to you, as long as you're healthy, that's the main goal for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're always going to look sexy. You're always going to look beautiful. That's just you. So regardless of the change that you go through, it's just the way it is, What I see is the same thing I saw 15, 20 years ago. It's the same thing I'm going to see 100 years from now. Nothing's going to change, okay? So for you ladies out there that's, getting things in your head or thinking that, okay, just because your body's changing or you're aging, listen, if you have the right partner with you, you ain't changed. You still look the same that you did when he first met you, okay? So stop stressing over things, again, that you can't control. and just have a conversation just like we are tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It's that simple.
Okay. Have you noticed any changes in attitude besides what you just said before? I'll cut this video right now.
Oh, there goes the truth.
I'll cut this video. Okay, so attitude. Tell me what you've been noticing.
Your attitude? Well, you've already summarized it. Bump this. That's your favorite line in the past weeks. Right? No, but attitude also goes hand in hand with reflection. You look back on the things that you used to do. You look back on the things that you can change or cannot change, and you adjust based on those things. Mm-hmm. So, your attitude is being your attitude, and understanding, who you are, with what you do, with the hands that you dealt, with the, with the situation that you surround yourself with. Attitude can be good. It could also be bad depending on how it's presented. But ultimately, your attitude is your attitude because your attitude defines who you are.
And I try to, and it's not really that bad right now. Like, I'm not going through actual menopause or anything like that, but I've noticed changes. And in the past few weeks, I was just like, why am I feeling angry? And I would say, and I know it was nothing. No one made me upset. You did once, but we talked about it. But even in that, yeah.
Because when you said in the past few weeks you were angry.
Yeah.
But what you did, in the moment that you were feeling angry, you communicated. You articulated that, you know what, I am angry. I don't know why I'm angry. It's not a you. I'm just angry. That's, bold, and that's what a lot of us need to do. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of times when we're angry, we don't articulate it to our partners.
Communication is so key.
Communication is key.
And I kept reiterating, it's not you. It's not you. Please don't feel like it's you. And if you feel like that way, I apologize in advance. This is just me going through some type of hormonal imbalance, and I felt it. And I'm saying this, it doesn't matter just because I have the title of a pastor, or, I work for a financial institution, have this title, or I'm a mother, or I'm a sister, all these different things. I'm still Wendy. I'm still Wendy Renee. And I still have human DNA, hormonal, all this other human stuff that I go through.
Yeah, please
regardless
keep it
of
human.
The title.
Okay, keep
but
all that
I felt
DNA.
like I was not human in those few weeks. Like, why am I from Mars? Why am I feeling this way?
Sometimes you could be from Mars,
But and I just want to be as transparent as possible because this topic is not brought up in the church. And we talk about it amongst us ladies, but men, y'all go through things too. You have your own changes, but also you have to go through the extra changes we have. And it can be difficult. So how are you keeping yourself I guess you've already said how you're keeping yourself kind of sane and not get so frustrated.
I mean, the best way to, keep your composure is, again, some things, majority of the things that you can control, don't hold on to it. Focus on the things that you can change. If you can't, there's nothing you can do. Keep on moving. I know for myself, I'm like Virginia's weather, okay? In the morning, I'm happy. In the noon, it is what it is. But at the same time, again, it's all about the communication. Hey, leave me alone right now. I ain't in the mood. Or, you've got to find a way to find that balance within yourself. Men go through it, absolutely. I think we just have a way of sheltering it within ourselves to not let it affect the ones that surround us. But times is changing. Some men's, like you said, don't give a flying fart. They just let it out there. They're just letting it out, which is not bad. It's good to let it out. Why hold it in when you can let it out? But it's how you let it out, and it's how it's affecting the ones that loves you, that surround you, that's taking the heat. So Letting it out is okay. It's just how you're letting it out.
Yeah.
Continue to let it out, because that's how you also find healing in the process.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So this was not supposed to be long. It was supposed to be something really, really quick for you guys. Again, we're talking about real topics. We're talking about real things. And I have just been very vulnerable with you guys to let you know that I am going through this menopausal, perimenopausal thingy. It shows up ever so often.
Every day.
Wait till I turn this video off. You wait till I turn it off. It shows up ever so often, and people don't talk about it, and especially men don't talk about it, how it's impacting their lives. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, feel free to just reach out to us, DM us, comment, but please make sure you like and subscribe. We are on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Hopefully we can get this out on what do you call it,
Spotify, definitely.
Yeah. Apple
Podcast. And most importantly, if you have any questions or topic that you would like for us to dive in and focus on, please definitely shoot us an email at BaseVybez@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's us.
Excellent.
All right. Until next time, our next Pillow Talk. We're going to try to do this every Wednesday. Life is hectic, but if not, check us out the following Wednesday, because we want to make sure that you get exactly what you need.
Stay blessed.
All righty.